Hello friends, welcome back to that 1870s Homestead. My name's Rachel, and today we're just gonna do a very simple what's for dinner, 100% from the pantry, and just kind of give you guys, as you're heading into garden planting season, some fun things to think about when you think about, if you're new to canning anyway, how you wanna can, and ways to use up all that delicious food that you put up. And this is like one of the simplest things in the world. So we have a pint of ground beef, a quart of my spaghetti, it's not spaghetti sauce, chili base. So it's tomatoes, peppers, onions, lots of good seasonings, pumpkin. I may throw in some black beans. And then I have my homemade taco seasoning and a little bit more chili powder if I think it needs it. And that's as simple as it is. It's all cooked. It's kind of one of those, you get home and the kids and the husband or you need to be fed in 15 minutes. It's one of those meals that come together that fast. And guys, it is a snowing here. Not a lot of accumulation because we're just on that border of freezing temperatures, but it is stunning, it is beautiful. So while this cooks, we're actually gonna take you guys outside so you can see it. Okay, so I didn't bother taking off all the fat. You'll see that there's still some fat in there. I just took the big, heavy layer of fat off the meat, and we'll put that in here. And this ground beef was canned in beef broth. So it was pre-cooked and then canned in beef broth. And there's some little jiggly beef broth right there. Jiggle, jiggle. So we'll get all that goodness in there. Alrighty. And we'll grab our chili base. Dump that in. Ooh, oh, look at that. Look at that big carrot in there. I throw all kinds of veggies in my tomato soup, or yes, tomato soup, spaghetti sauce, pizza sauce, anything, zucchini, carrots, all kinds of things. It really bulks up the amount you get on your pantry shelf when you're adding a lot to homemade products. And then I'm going to just add a little bit of this water, not all of it, till I get it to the kind of this chili consistency we like. More, a little soupy, but not too soupy. Let me go drain the rest of this. All right, and then we'll dump that pumpkin in there. Smells super sweet. It's gonna add some nice, delicious depth of flavor in addition to the carrots and everything else that's in there. Add some more nutritional value to our chili. And then, funny story about my taco seasoning, this batch. I had a whole bunch of guests over from out of town in the fall, and I made everybody taco salad after we'd been out all day playing. And all of our mouths were burning on fire when we were eating this taco seasoning. Like, why is it so spicy? I'm like, I did it the same. I don't know what I did. I guess this last batch of chili powder that I bought, sure, I mean, you can call everything a chili. It was cayenne powder, and I had put like half a cup of cayenne powder in it. So now I use it very sparingly, and we bought some proper chili powder. Whoops, that's way too much. Oh mercy. Funny story though. But I'm not gonna let it go to waste. I just use it more sparingly now. All right, so let me go grab a can of black beans. We'll put that in there. And maybe if I feel frisky enough, because it's still early, when I get in, we'll make some cornbread together. Can't promise that last time you guys were with me, I cleaned down there. I don't know what it looks like right now, but I'm sure it's not as clean as it was. Nope. The table's already getting filled up. The chicken broth, the roaster I used. Me not putting my toys away again. And where did we put those black beans away together the other day? Black beans, oh, here they are. Okay. back up. Alrighty. Yummy, yummy. Now, like I said, this meal is done. It just needs to heat and all the flavoring and spices all come together. So pop our lid on. I'll put it down to like a medium low. Okay, you ready? Let's go into the winter fun. Woo! Snow's a-blowing. I need a scarf. Oh my goodness, it's cold and windy. Isn't it pretty though? It's all just so white. Chickens are in the house. They're not coming out in this stuff. Oh, they even blew your disc golf basket over. We had some serious winds, like crazy wind. Maybe we should go check our pine trees, see how they're doing. Oh, look, it blew my cage over. Oh, poor little guy. Oh, I broke this stick. Maybe it'll stay up. That wind probably packed onto the metal and got heavy and blew down. This is one of our brand new planted trees. We just planted them a couple weeks ago. And that wind is very heavy on them. You'll be all right. Ooh. You guys remember, if you've been with us for a long time, I don't know how many years ago it was, maybe 3-4 years ago now, we had that polar vortex that was like -40s. And we had our goats right here, and we were having to come out and take care of them like every couple hours because even their heated water was evaporating so fast. Isn't it so pretty? Oh. These are white pines, though. They don't take this heavy, wet snow very easily. So hopefully it lightens up. I know we're supposed to get another dump a couple times over the weekend. And we don't have much. Maybe a couple inches. Oh. We just thought it'd be really fun to come out and share with you guys because I know I grew up as a kid in Louisiana, and the first time I saw real snow was when I moved to Michigan. And it is as magical as you dream it to be. It's cold, don't get me wrong. And sometimes it's not fun. Once you drive on it, it turns all brown. But when you have these events, it sure is pretty, so we thought we'd share it with you. But it's quite cold, so we'll head on in. Well, I hope you guys liked that. That was fun for us too. We came in talking about all the different kinds of fun adventures we have had, and sometimes torturous adventures in very cold snow. So I am making cornbread. I have a half a cup of butter melted. I'm going in with about a 1/3 cup of sugar and a couple tablespoons of honey. Making just a fun cornbread today, a little bit special. We'll make a hot honey butter to spread on top of it when it comes out of the oven. So we'll stir this to combine. Then we're gonna add 2 eggs. If you're new to cooking from scratch at home, it's always best when you're baking to use room temperature eggs. So these have just been sitting out on the counter since we've collected them. We'll stir in those eggs. And then we need, the recipe calls for 1 1/4 cups of buttermilk. which I do not have on hand. So we will go in with our good old handy dandy trick of evaporated milk. I say it's a trick because I just don't keep fresh milk in the house because we don't drink milk, and it goes bad faster than I can use it no matter how small of a size I buy. So I'm going with 1 1/4 cups. Now to this we're going to add equal parts flour. So this is just my freshly milled wheat berries. So a cup of flour and a cup of cornmeal. And then baking soda, how much? 1/2 teaspoon. And salt is 1/4 teaspoon. And just stir this just till combined, and then I like cooking my cornbread in a cast iron skillet. So the oven's preheated to 350, but I'll put a couple tabs of butter in there and let that butter melt in the cast iron skillet before I pour this in there. Give it that nice crispy crunch. And cornbread batter should be quite thin, kind of like pancake batter. It's not thick like if you picture making like banana bread or something like that. It's very thin. Okay. So, got our skillet. We'll just go ahead and use some ghee. Actually, I may not have enough of that. We'll see. Oh gosh. Guys, we had a little snafu. The last time I did a video, I think cooking in the kitchen with you guys, I was making bread, and I mentioned how my oven is making a funny sound when it's preheating. And a lot of you guys said it's probably the starter or something, and it has been sitting on like preheat for 10-15 minutes and it's not doing anything. So we're gonna cancel that. And I looked it up. I was like, well, it's really cold outside, but we can try baking this in the grill, on the grill, like just cover it up. Or I wonder if you could bake cornbread in an Instant Pot. So I looked it up, and you can supposedly. So I figure we'll try it together. I've never done it before. So we're gonna try it and see if it works. We got the Instant Pot out. Let's come on over here. I just have a little like 8-inch, something like that, springform pan that fits in there. And so I didn't get to do my delicious cast iron butter trick. And I'm sure this is not gonna come out like nice and browned, but it'll still be baked. And we can still top some chili on it. So, just, alrighty. I think I'm supposed to put some water in there. Alrighty, I put probably like 1/2 cup of water in the bottom, the trivets in there, so I don't know how you get this in there without making a mess. Okay, alrighty. We'll see. Oh gosh, and then you pressure cook it for 55 minutes. If you guys have done this, baked breads in your Instapot, leave a comment down below. This might just open up a whole new world for me. I don't know. So I told Todd it's up to him if he wants to eat chili now or if he wants to wait an hour till the cornbread's done. Cornbread could just be dessert since I'm making the hot honey butter for it. So we'll deliberate and let you know what we decide. Ooh, oh, it actually did brown. Well, how about that? Wow, kind of feels like, isn't there something called like hot water cornbread? I'm not quite sure how to get this out. Maybe tongs? Todd, you got any ideas? Just look at there. How about that? Okay, so the trick to this hot buttered cornbread is, where's my little thingy? Okay, if you've ever made like a, all right, there's our cornbread. How about that? If you've ever made a poke cake, so we're gonna poke holes all around. And then I just have heated up about a 1/4 cup of butter and like 2 heaping tablespoons or so of honey. And you drizzle this on and let it sit for 5 minutes to soak in. That's gonna be good. It's gonna be like dessert, I think. Smells amazing. I guess you can tell we decided to wait for our cornbread for the chili. Or wait for our chili for the cornbread. A little bit of cheese. Slice into that cornbread. That looks good. It looks different because it's made with that whole wheat flour and not all purpose. But it looks moist and delicious.
You did a good job.
Oh, I tasted it. It's so good.
Our problems tonight compounded. Not only is our oven broke, which we left the burner on over there.
Oh, I see.
I ordered a new replacement igniter for it. $20 on Amazon. Should be here tomorrow. Hopefully it lasts. The reviews were saying that they last about 6 months to a year, so we'll see.
Yeah, we've had our oven though for 3 years probably.
Right, but it's probably, we have the OEM from Samsung versus the replacement.
Oh, pieces, yeah.
$20 part. But then we lost power. Like while the cornbread was in the
Yeah.
thing, we lost power, so the whole house generator kicked on. So if you hear that sound in the background, that's probably that giving us power and heat tonight.
Hold on, y'all.
What'd you try first?
Well, the chili, but I just took a bite of the cornbread.
Yeah. Should I just skip the chili and go right to the cornbread?
I think you should. It is so good. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to compare it to. Because it's definitely, at least with the recipe I used, with the not all-purpose flour, it is so good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty dense,
Yeah, dense. Mm-hmm.
but good.
Uh-huh.
I thought of something while we were outside walking around earlier, and I wanted to ask you a question. Living in Michigan, where we have snow, do you find yourself, I don't make sure I can ask it the right way, do you find yourself wishing you had snow more, or do you wish we had less snow?
Oh, more, definitely. If I'm
More
going to
snow.
live where it's cold, because regardless, it's cold.
Yeah.
I've always said if it's got to be cold, I want a lot of snow because I love the snow. And we just haven't had good snow for years.
It's just something I was thinking
Yeah.
about earlier. Like, we spend more time wishing we had snow than we have complaining about the snow.
Yep, 100%.
We're on the same page then.
Yep. I mean, it's a lot of work when it does happen, like with clearing the decks and the porch and the stairs and the driveways and everything. You know, if you're back in the day when we used to drive into work every day and you have to clear your car and all that stuff. So it adds to your day. I'm not going to lie, it's not exactly fun out there to be out in the cold doing all that, but I love the beauty of it. I love the fun of it. And it makes you want to go outside and play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my question. The chili's very good.
Yes, it is.
Thank you for dinner.
So we're going to wrap up this video. We won't try to fit another what's for dinner in this video, but I was just inspired by the snow to get in here and cook something hearty and thought I'd take you guys with us.
Perfect meal for today. See you guys on the next video. Good job.
So good.